smile. So it's kind of, why not? Why not? Okay, hi. Yay. Oh, it's Lexi. Awesome. Okay, so I wanted to start class today with a little bit of, here we go. I want to share my screen with you, just real quick, because we're gonna get into the adductors, because we're gonna use the scarves today, or strap. So if you have a scarf or a strap or a like a really long sock or like a sweatshirt or something, and I think learning anatomy is actually so boring. Like if you have like a chart, I'm just like, nah, like I'm falling asleep. But like we're using our muscles during yoga. Like this is the muscle we're using. I feel like it's such a fabulous time to learn about anatomy. So this is your adductor muscle. The tip of the pubis is where it goes in, and the femur bone. I'm just gonna go through this real quick because I don't want to get stuck on it forever. Then there's 3 layers. Like it's easy. We've got the adductor brevis, longus, and also the magnus. And then I found this really dorky little guy, and he's doing kind of the actions that it adducts the thigh at the hip and also flexes the thigh at the hip. Okay, enough of that. So there's our anatomy for today. And I wanted to start class with a different mudra than I usually start class. And this is the mudra right here where the Buddha is touching the earth. And I always end class and start class with Anjali mudra. And I thought it would be kind of fun if we did something different. This is another image. Of course, it's like trying to sell it to you. Okay, I want to end this. Cool. And let's go ahead and get started. That is one cool thing about Zoom, is you can show pictures better. So getting started in a seat, I'm going to sit on a block because I've got them and I like to sit up on something. I feel supported when I sit up on something. But feeling length in the spine, relaxing your shoulders down, relaxing your jaw, the neck muscles. I've noticed that the neck muscles are just as tight as my jaw. It's a recent realization. So really trying to send some calmness into your body and connectedness into the body. We'll do a clearing breath and then 1 round of Om. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Then it's time to prepare for Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, release out. And then choose if you'd like to use your left or your right hand, but choose which hand you want to place on your heart and choose which hand you want to place onto the ground. It can also be your fingertips or just your fingers. And that mudra that we saw is the bhumiparsha mudra, the gesture of touching the earth. This comes from Love and Rage by Lama Rod Owens. Upon his enlightenment, the Buddha reached down and touched the earth, essentially asking the earth to validate his enlightenment and to serve as a witness to his accomplishment. The Buddha was being harassed by Mara, the personification of doubt and distraction, who wanted to lead him off the path. The Buddha reached down to acknowledge the earth and to settle himself in this time and place. That settling was the validation itself, and not only did he deserve to be enlightened, but he was claiming it without apology. In a way, when the Buddha touched the earth, he was telling Mara to fuck off. That gesture of touching the earth is called bhumiparsha. And pulling energy up from the earth, if that's what you need, releasing energy into the earth, if that's what you need to do, and using this mudra as it is going to serve you best today. And we'll also close class with the mudra. You can let me know what you think in the class if you liked it. And we'll go ahead and start class today on our backs, actually. Bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Kind of creating a diamond shape with your legs. One hand can rest on the belly. One hand can rest on your heart, and taking a moment to scan your body, feeling the texture of your clothes, the temperature of your skin, the temperature in the room, feeling the points of contact between the floor and your body, noticing the force of gravity, and then directing your awareness to the breath, feeling the rise and the fall of your belly. Maybe you can even feel the movements with your hand in the chest. And then noticing, just noticing without judgment, where the mind is at today. And generating some gratitude for carving out this time to practice. Letting go of any expectation. And dropping the comparison. That's something I've been noticing in my practice. I've been doing a lot of comparison, and it's actually comparison to my past self. So whatever you're working with, trying to integrate that into this time that we have together. And from here, we'll engage the ujjayi breath. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, HA out of the mouth. This time, seal the lips. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. And gently over the next few breaths, close the legs like you would close a book and grab for the scarf or strap or whatever you got laying around. And bring the scarf or strap, I'm going to call it a scarf just for the rest of class because that's what I'm using, onto the arch of your foot. You can flex the foot, extending the right foot up towards the ceiling. Left leg can be out long. Left knee can also be bent. It's kind of more about the intention, what's going on in the right leg. Just kind of accessing those muscles, feeling the belly of your hamstrings. And then from here, letting your leg fall out towards the right. It's going to be a very controlled motion. And this is tapping into our adductor muscles that we looked at the beginning of class. Seeing if you can feel those muscles. And learning anatomy through yoga has been a way for me to connect with my body. I think it really strengthens your practice of embodiment. So it's not so much about the name of the muscle, but being able to feel it, and having a label sometimes is helpful, sometimes is not. And then bringing the right foot back up towards center. And extend the left leg out long, and then gentle supine twist. Let the leg fall towards the left. This time, right arm can go out like half of a T. Gaze can follow your right arm. Gaze over the fingertips. Again, you can experiment with flexing and pointing the foot. Gaze can also be up. You can also experiment with little micro movements, moving the arm, kind of feeling the range of motion in your hip sockets. And then bring the right leg back towards center and switch your feet out. This time threading the strap or scarf around the arch of your left foot. And left leg is extending up towards the ceiling. Point and flex the foot. And then let the foot fall toward the leg and the foot go towards the left. And there's a lot of like anatomical names. Abducting and adducting. This is actually abduction, but honestly, I'm not worried about that right now. Just trying to tap into the sensation and the inside seam of your leg. Noticing your experience, and maybe it feels different from the other side. Mine definitely feels a little different. And then bring the left leg back towards center, extend your right leg out long, move into that gentle supine twist. Left arm goes out like half of a T. Gaze can follow your fingertips. Gaze can also be up. Experimenting with the range of motion in your hip sockets. Maybe bending and straightening the leg a little. And then bring the left leg back towards center. Remove the scarf, let it come down, and come into Apanasana, which is like a cannonball shape. And roll around on the flat part of your back, the sacrum. And choose how you'd like to come into a tabletop. Sometimes it's fun to rock and roll up into a tabletop. Other times it's preferable just to kind of roll to one side. For tabletop, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, feeling the tailbone, the crown of your head. We'll flow through cat and cow. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And exhale, cat pose, press the palms into the mat, tuck the belly, tuck the chin. Inhale, cow pose, tail up, gaze up, chest up. And exhale, cat pose, press, round, dome, and tuck. And continuing. Inhale, cow. It's extension. And exhale, cat, flexion. And flowing your own breath to movement. Adding any additional movement too. Make it intuitive. Tap into the language of the body. And satiate any craving that it's asking for. Maybe subtle. It does not have to be glamorous or anything. It can be kind of clunky. And then we'll meet back in a neutral table. Not to say that it shouldn't be glamorous. It definitely could. And inhale to tuck under your toes. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Setting the hips high, the heels low. First down dog of class. You can paddle out the feet, walk the dog. Handing through the fingers, rooting down through the knuckle mounds. Inhale, come onto tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Feel the tailbone flaring up towards the ceiling. The palms pressing into the mat, arms are engaged. You can feel a lengthening of your vertebrae. And slowly let the heels drift down, work towards straightening the legs. But keeping that intention of the spine and the tailbone lifting up towards the ceiling with you throughout the entirety of your practice. Inhale, look to the front. And exhale, move there, forward fold, ragdoll. Feet are hips width distance. Can bend one knee, the other knee. Take whatever arm variation the body is craving. Maybe even take a moment to pause and reflect before moving. It may be kind of ritualistic. You may just want to go for ragdoll. You're moving the fingers at the nape of the neck, shoulder expansion, whatever it is. Being there for a moment. Really feeling the sensation. And connecting still with our breath. And release the arms down. Let them slide down the outside edges of your legs. And then choose your feet for sun salutations. You may want to leave some distance to create more a foundation and more stability, or you may want to toe heel the feet to touch. And vertebrae by vertebrae, unfurl your spine. And be really slow. And come to standing. When you get to the top, you may want to roll the shoulders back a few times, forward a few times. Samastiti, same or equal on all sides, standing posture. You can pick up the toes and plant them back down. And find your plumb line where you are calibrating towards center again and again. And Samastiti, it follows you through your practice. It's always there, but right now really directing your focus towards center. And at this point in class, I always like to leave space to set intention. And that intention can be to practice this awareness, to try to lessen the fixation of all the things that are going on in the mind. It can be something you're already working to integrate into your practice, an I am statement, I have statement. Maybe it's something you return to again and again. Maybe it's individual, maybe it's more for the collective. Whatever it is, inhale, breathe that in. And exhale, release it out. You can choose to keep the eyes closed or flutter them open. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep the arms up overhead. Pausing here, actively pressing the feet into the mat. This engages the legs, tapping into the bandhas, Uddiyana Mula Bandha. I know you both know that already. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale to find length. And exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, dive down, tail out. And go ahead and grab that scrap or scarf, whatever you've got lying around. And come back up to standing. And just taking a moment right now to kind of play. I know I would like to bring this strap behind and then kind of bring it forward. It's like, dang. The shoulders actually have the greatest range of motion in your body, like even more so than the hips, even though they're both ball and socket joints. And our bodies kind of get stuck in patterns. And once you realize that full range of motion, I feel like my muscles that are moving, they're like, oh my God, thank you. Like they're so stoked to be involved in the movement. So just listen in. And then we will do some side body bending. So choose the distance you want. I'm going to make my distance a little bit closer now for the side body bending. Inhale to find length. And exhale, bend towards the right. Feeling the compression on the right side, the lengthening on the left. Hips are kind of level towards center. Feeling the tip of your hip, the iliac crest, and then also the floating ribs. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, side body bend towards the left. Compression on the left side, lengthening on the right. So I can also feel this in my shoulders. And noticing, even if you're here for a little bit of time, like my side of my body tends to get like a little heavier, a little more of a stretch. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine your sternum up. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, dive down, release the scarf. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine, lengthen the vertebrae. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose, pause here. And this is definitely a posture that generates some heat. So turning towards that intensity and being with the discomfort that comes along with a challenge. Option to come down to knees, of course, always, our forearms. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Flatten the tops of the feet to the mat. Keep your arms at your sides near the rib cage. Inhale, cobra pose, bhujangasana. Lift the head, neck, and chest, pressing tops of feet into the mat. Sternum is shining up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra pose. Little to no weight in the hands. Exhale to lower. You can choose to do cobra for this third time through, or if you want to tend to fingertips, elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhale, cobra pose, bhujangasana. Lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale to lower. Bring hands back by your chest. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, press back downward, facing dog. We're going to flow Sun A twice more and then get into Sun B and then some balancing. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Release out of the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, release out of the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, head dive down. Go ahead and grab the scarf on your way down. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep the arms up. Exhale, grab for the scarf in both hands. Find length in the spine. Exhale, side body bend to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side body bend towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Maybe create some more distance in between the hands. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset the spine. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Pause here. Again, always option to come down to knees, forearms, building some heat. I'm gonna cue us through traditional chaturanga vinyasa, and you can choose to switch it up after if you wish. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pressing tops of feet into the mat, sternum is shining up, a little back bend. And exhale, press back down dog. Hips high, heels low. Of course, you can always choose to skip that. You can also, sometimes it's kind of fun to work on a certain thing. Maybe you want to practice cobra.
there was like this spinal wave that I wanted to master and completely forgot about for like a month. So there's something you want to do instead during that flow, like this is your practice. Always, of course, listen to yourself. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Seal the lips. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, fold forward, grab that strap or scarf. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep the arms up. Exhale, grab for the strap, creating distance in between the hands. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, side body bend towards the right. This is lateral flexion. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, towards the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips, dive down, release the strap. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back downward, facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Do a little mental check-in, seeing where you're at. I know the home practice has been a whole new, honestly, it's like almost been starting back at zero. I've had to learn how to be in my body, not with others around, and also like in a environment that I wasn't used to practicing before. So acknowledging the challenges there and giving yourself credit for showing up, doing this. And I always like to imagine the faces I saw at the beginning of class. So I'm picturing both of you. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale up to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale for Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair, plugging the weight into your heels, sinking the weight into your hips. You can even bring the hands to the lower back for a sec to feel the curvature in the spine. Arms can be out in front of you, hands can be at heart center. Just like Dandasana staff pose, this generates heat. It's challenging. And just like in staff pose, turning towards that intensity, being with the discomfort, but knowing we're also going to let it go in just a few breaths here. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, release, forward fold. Finding ujjayi, inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend right leg behind you. Exhale, scorpion dog, right hip over left. You can roll the ankle clockwise, counterclockwise. Maybe you want to roll the hip or the femur. You can think about the adductor muscle here as well. The quadricep is also kind of like the muscle on the top of the thigh. It's a series of 4 muscles, 3 muscles and one that splits. So just navigating that experience in your legs. Inhale, 3-legged dog, reach, extend, and exhale, inhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, chest, chin. Inhale, 3-legged dog, reach, extend, exhale, right knee, right tricep. Ooh, inhale, right leg lifts, reach, extend, exhale, right knee, left tricep. Reach forward, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Woo. Take a moment to get it up there and feel stable, grounded in your practice. And then go ahead and drop down to the back knee, untuck your toes. And then bring your hands onto your hips, lift the chest, and take a moment to feel stable here. I always kind of like to press my hips forward because then I can feel more lengthening in my left leg and more compression in the right. That makes it more interesting. That may be too far. So just finding permanent depth in your body. We're going to do a gentle back bend here. Bring your hands to your lower back and press the hips forward. If it feels safe in the neck,
Maybe letting the head slowly drift back, shining the sternum up, broadening through the collarbones, clavicle. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bring the hands to touch at heart center. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards your right. Bring left elbow outside of right knee, using that point of contact to leverage your twist open, really pressing into the palms here, right ribs over, left ribs under. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, rock your hips back to cat lunge. Work towards straightening that front leg. Does not have to get all the way straight. Feeling the belly of the hamstring in this stretch. The curvature in your spine. And I love to linger here, especially the first time we do it in class or of the day. So taking a moment to kind of, I want to say revel. I don't know, relish the stretch. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Let's flow through cat and cow. Inhale, cow lunge, dip your back knee, shine your chest. Exhale, cat lunge, rock the hips back. We'll just do this the first time through. Inhale, cow lunge, dip your back knee, shine your chest. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, feel the stability in your foundation. Inhale, crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. This is a balancing posture. Turning towards the stability in your feet. You can even tap into the ankle, pressing the left ankle forward. Right thigh bones going back into right hip socket. This may bump left hip forward. You can tap into the bandhas here as well. Inhale to find length. Exhale, open twist towards the right. Left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. Twisting and turning the chest. And you may wobble. I'm struggling today with my balance. That's okay. You're building strength in the ankles. Inhale here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Spin the back heel down. And you may have to adjust the front foot. Right knee is heading towards the outside edge of your pinky toe, broadening through the chest. Arms are expanding. You can flip the palms up. You can flip them back down. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Bump the hips back, coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Right arm down, left arm up. And taking a moment to feel the difference from warrior two. The transition has a lot more, I want to say like straight lines, which is something I've never said about this pose before. But just noticing what it feels like in your body and definitely feeling the twist in the chest. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch, lift your chest, bring the palms together. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana, hinge at the hips, dive down. And I wanted to flow Skandinasana, and I feel like this stretch has so many different levels. So really finding what is going to serve you most, which is why I don't often teach it, because it's everybody's bodies is always in a different spot. And I feel like people want to do it. They can always do it in free movement, but I do kind of want to teach it today. So inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. And exhale, lunge towards your left. So bend your left knee a lot. And then slowly, you can have your hands definitely supporting yourself on the ground. I like to bring my right toes up towards the ceiling. It's okay if the left heel lifts here, but just taking a moment to be in this stretch. You can kind of take micro movements, just subtle, soft movements, noticing how that changes for me, the experience in my right leg. You can also move the arms out, kind of bringing them almost into like child's pose, letting the head hang. Maybe you want to like twist, just really giving this side lots of curiosity, investigating what's going on. And then we'll switch sides. So press the palms into the mat, shift your weight towards the right, bend your right knee, keeping the hands planted on the ground. I'm gonna bring my left toes up towards the ceiling. My right heel is also activated. I know sometimes people totally root down.
Maybe on this side, you do something different. I'm kind of wanting to bring my right arm behind the right calf muscle. Maybe you want to do what you did on the other side, kind of go for more of like a child's pose thing. And the legs are going to be different, like right side to left side. I know that I carry more tension in my right side. My left leg is a little more loose. That may be why I'm doing this on this side. So like really listening to your body. And then come back to center and let's flow left to right. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, lunge to the left. Skandinasana. I know some people say skandasana. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lunge to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lunge left. We'll go one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, towards the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lunge towards the left. Okay, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release into forward fold. Let the head hang. Notice the weight of your torso, the head, how it's collaborating with the force of gravity. The tailbone is moving up towards the ceiling. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Pivot forward. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA out of the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out of the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Reach, extend left leg behind. Exhale, scorpion dog. Left hip over right. Notice the distribution of weight in your hands, how it's shifted. Maybe roll the hip clockwise, counterclockwise. Noticing the adductor muscle on this side. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, chest to chin. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach, extend. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, left knee or right tricep. Inhale, reach, extend. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. And you may have to pick up the front foot to get up there. That's totally okay. And then go ahead and drop down to the back knee. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest. And then bring your hands to your lower back. And for this back bend, you can kind of resume a normal breath. You don't have to totally be engaged with ujjayi. I like to press my hips forward, feeling the complementary oppositional action between the compression and the lengthening. Maybe you're gonna let your head fall back with this gentle back bend. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. And I wanted to connect with my breath because that was kind of activating for me, that gentle back bend. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, find length in your spine. And exhale, prayer twist towards the left. Bring right elbow outside of left knee, really using that point of contact to leverage your twist open, pressing the palms together, feeling the left ribs spin over, right ribs spin under. Inhale here. And exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the toes. Exhale, engage the back leg. Inhale, cat lunge, rock your hips back, work towards straightening that front leg, especially after the left knee being bent for so long. It probably feels nice to be working towards straightening the left leg, feeling the belly of the hamstring, and relishing in the sensation. I love a hamstring stretch, so finding your personal permanent depth. I also know the poses that people love are also poses that other people like are dying in. So it really is just everyone's, it even depends on the day. Sometimes it's maybe more of a challenge. Turning towards your experience, letting it be authentic to you. Inhale, cow lunge, dip your back knee, shine your chest. Exhale, cow lunge. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. All right, inhale, low lunge. Exhale to feel your foundation pull up from the earth.
Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Returning back to the idea of samasthiti, feeling awareness and sensation in both legs. I know it can often feel like my left leg is doing a lot, but trying to engage in my right leg also. Inhale to find length. This is a gentle back bend. You can even look up if you're feeling stable and rooted. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. And challenging the neural pathways in your brain, and definitely my brain. I wanted to open up to warrior two. I don't usually do the open twist here. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Maybe you want to straighten that front leg. I know my left leg is on fire after all that lunging. Bending back into it, broadening through the collarbones, and feeling the presence of the warrior pose. It is powerful, it is fierce, it is determined. There's a lot of strength there. Inhale here. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Straighten the front leg. Rock your hips back. Left arm down. Right arm up. Right ribs over, left ribs under. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And on this side, for this run through, just doing whatever you want, letting the pose be an expression of your creativity. Maybe you're feeling like an inversion. Maybe you just want to hang here. Maybe there's some twisting or more lunging you want to get into. For being with yourself, however it is that you want to be. And over the next few breaths or so, we'll meet back in a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. And exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right, high plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra, skip, do your version. And exhale, press back, down dog. Hips high, heels low. We're gonna go ahead and flow sun B. We're gonna try and do it twice more, both sides. And I will cut out a few things because we definitely added a lot of poses, especially just kind of waking up the joints to keep things more fluid. And I encourage you to go at the pace you want to go at. It may be faster than I'm going, it may be slower than I'm going, but trying to link breath to movement and adding breaths when you need to. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Release. Seal lips. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair, plugging weight into hips, heels. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, skip. Do an alternate version, whatever is going to serve you most in this moment. Which honestly, sometimes that choice, for me, it can be like being in an aisle, like at like Target, and you're like, oh my God, why is there so much cereal? Just like choose for me. So I never mean that to be like not enough of a guide, but really owning what is your experience, trusting your inner authority or intuition. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach, extend, right leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Drop the back knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the chest, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right or revolved crescent. Bringing left elbow outside of right knee, right ribs over, left ribs under. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open twist towards the right, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open up warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge back to the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga or skip. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ujjayi. Exhale, ujjayi. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend left leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks. Inhale, untuck the toes, bring the back knee down. Exhale, feel the stability in your legs. Inhale, chest lifts, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist towards the left, right elbow outside of left knee, using that point of contact to leverage the twist open. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes, engage your back leg. Exhale to feel stable. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, open twist left. Left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, open. Inhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, left leg straightens. Left arm down, right arm up. And exhale. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right, high plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Or skip it. And exhale, press back down, dog. Cool. So I've been kind of toying all of quarantine with flowing Sunbi 2 or 3 times, and I would actually really like your opinion at the end of class on your preference, because I also really like to save the end of class for kind of more yin poses, which is part of the reason I lengthened the time to 70 minutes. And these classes are like really a two-way street. So always appreciate your feedback on these kind of things, but let's do a third time through. I think I'm leaning back towards 3 at this point. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And if you want to take a sip of water really quick. Wow, words are hard. A moment for self-care. And then let's meet back in down dog. I always forget how thirsty I am. And then I have a sip of water. It's just the perfect remedy. Okay, lean back in downward facing dog. Maybe connecting to your favorite element. Could be the earth, could be the air, could be water, fire. Using that as your support to lean on through this last iteration. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend right leg behind. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Drop the back knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, grounded crescent. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right, left elbow outside of right knee. Inhale, twist the torso back to neutral. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, and tuck the back toes under. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open twist towards the right, left fingertips forward, right back. Inhale, crescent lunge, come back to center. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, reset the spine. Exhale, low lunge towards the front. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, skip. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, last time, last side. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend, left leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, drop the back knee down. Exhale, untuck the toes. Inhale, grounded crescent, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, find length. Exhale, prayer twist towards the left. Right elbow outside of left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, frame the front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open twist left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, ujjayi. And exhale, ujjayi. And go ahead and grab for your strap or scarf and walk your hands back towards your feet. Or you can do the opposite and slowly come up to standing. Kind of shake that off. Letting any residual tension kind of get flicked away. And then I thought we would work into balancing, standing and balancing. And so letting go of any expectation of what you want the pose to be. I know that I used to get very caught up in like the imagery of the shape I was trying to get into, and now it's like more about the intention of getting there. Well, let's first start actually with one-legged Tadasana. Right leg lifts, right thigh parallel towards the earth. And like, this is a lot in my left ankle. So this could be a good place to stay. Or option today to bring the scarf under the arch of the foot. And this is also a good place to stay. You can kind of experiment with straightening and bending the knee. Or maybe today you want to kick into the scarf, working towards straightening that front leg. You may find yourself tilting off balance, and that's okay. This is definitely a balance challenge. It may help to extend the left arm behind you. This could be plenty. Maybe you want to stop here. Or maybe you want to experiment with opening the right leg, the adductor muscles, just like we did at the beginning of class, but we were laying on our backs. And do that as long as it's interesting to you. I'm good, I'm done. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna shake it off. And let's do the other side. And this side may be a totally different challenge. It may even be like I sprained my ankle one time, and so I do have a hard time balancing on one foot. So sometimes old injuries come up, and that is part of the experience of our bodies. All right. So coming into one-legged Tadasana. This is a good place to stay. You can wrap the scarf around the arch of your left foot this time, kind of experimenting with bending the leg. The knee is a hinge joint, so it just goes that one direction, like a door, opening and closing. You may fall and have to come back up. I am totally doing that, okay? And then maybe work towards straightening that front leg. You can also keep a bend in the knee. Never want to pull anything. But working to keep straightening that front leg. And if you would like to experiment with sending the left arm back, opening and twisting through the torso, kind of for some counterbalance. Also, what is it like if you send the right arm back? And then experimenting with opening the left leg. Ooh. And this side's definitely a little bit tighter for me. I'm gonna have a bend in my leg. And of course, a male person is outside being really distracting. So trying to redirect your awareness back into your practice. If there's something you wanted to experiment with again on the other side, I kind of want to try the twist with my right leg extended, my left arm back, and then I want to switch to the other side. You may want to do that with me. And then whenever you're done, releasing the scarf down, bouncing off that experience. I kind of like to wiggle it out. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine, lengthen the vertebrae. And exhale, chaturanga, last one, full your version of high to low. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then sink the knees down into a tabletop. Let the hips fall off towards one side. And actually, I lied. Come back into tabletop. And then we're gonna get into shoelace or gomukasana legs. And it's kind of a good way to set it up coming from tabletop. So bringing the, I guess I'll face you actually. I don't know if you can see. Bring the left knee behind the right thigh. And so the right leg is over the left, and then create some distance in between your shins, and then let the hips fall back. You can move as slowly as you need to go. Coming into Indian, they call this shoelace. In a lot of vinyasa settings, they call this gomukasana or cow face pose. So right leg is over the left leg. When I'm looking at my video, it looks like just like a blob. So I think you're both familiar with this pose though. So taking a moment to set this up. If you're feeling any pain in the bottom knee, you can extend that leg out long. Or if you're experiencing pain in the top leg, putting like a block or something in between. But connecting to the earth again. Inhale to find length in your spine. And exhale to fold forward. And slowly walk the arms out. Let the chest hang. You may rest your chin upon your knee. You may rest your neck upon your knee, just finding the appropriate edge for you today. And sinking into it. This is definitely the slower part of class. And I like to hold the slower part of class for a time. I don't want to rush through this part because I feel like more benefits are received when you're here for a while. You're able to tap into the connective tissue and the fascia and tap into that more yin and lunar side of the yoga practice. And yoga means union, it implies relationship. And also this idea of like non-dualism. And I think it's important to have a balance of both. And a lot of that has come through my yin practice. And I think for me, I like maybe over the past year leaned so much yin that I kind of lost some yang. So just noticing where you are in your process, and it definitely can change. And valuing both. I was like frustrated with the yang intensity of our culture, and so I was kind of over compensating. I needed to tap into that. Maybe that's where you need to be too. And walking your hands back towards your pelvis, lifting the chest. And since we have the straps, it's like the perfect time to actually practice gomukasana, cow face pose. So putting the strap in your right hand, lifting it above overhead, like you're like in an old-fashioned movie, like waving your scarf, and then swoop the left hand behind you, and maybe you can touch with your fingertips, but it's kind of nice to have the strap there. And feeling that point of connection, and maybe you stay lifted like this, or maybe you want to fold with arms like this. And noticing, for me, my range of motion is like a little more limited when I have my arms like this. Just, again, finding that edge and listening to it. When you fold forward, just become more about the fold, or are you more fixated on the sensation going out in the torso and in the shoulders? And what is the preference? There isn't like a right or wrong answer. It's just noticing. And then lifting the chest, removing that grip, letting the scarf come down, shaking that off. We'll do a gentle twist. Bring the left arm to the outside edge of your right thigh. And swiveling the neck and the torso towards the right, maybe even peeking over that right shoulder. And then come back to center. Do a little counter twist. And how are we doing on time? Cool. We are doing okay on time. Awesome. So I wanted to work into half pigeon from here. So your right shin is already forward, and you may need to adjust yourself on your mat, but scooching the left leg back and coming into half pigeon. You can always practice half pigeon on your back, figure 4. Maybe you want to grab some support for under your right glute. Inhale to find length. Exhale, fold forward. It's okay if the heel is pretty close to the pelvis. Maybe you want to use your arms like a little pillow, bringing the right or the left cheek to the mat. And tapping into the energetic qualities of the inside of your practice, which is kind of more receptivity and deep listening. It's moving slow. And the hips are a ball and socket joint, and the hip socket is shaped like a bowl, like a basin. And so the shoulders and the hips, I feel like, are often centers that hold kind of like our anxiety. I also feel like it's like where we compartmentalize our emotions. And sometimes in the longer holds, something like may resurface, and it may just be honestly a physical sensation. It may be energetic, knowing that is a part of this practice. And if it does surface, you are ready to turn towards it, but not get stuck there, kind of letting it go, giving it space. That's a huge thing that I've learned over the last couple of weeks, is giving it space, not getting stuck there. It's a part of the mindfulness practice. And then pressing the palms into the mat, walking the hands back towards your hips. Tuck the back toe under, engage your back leg, and then send the right leg up high, 3-legged dog. Woo, that feels awesome. After all that work into hip, plant the right foot down. And then come on down to the knees into tabletop, and we'll work on the other side. So this time we're going to end up with the left leg on top. So bringing the right leg behind, creating distance in between the shins, and then slowly letting the hips fall back. And it feels like a lot in the bottom knee. You can extend the right leg out, or if you want to support yourself with a pillow or a block. We're coming into cow face pose, gomukasana, shoelace, whatever you want to call it. Inhale to find length in the spine. And exhale to fold forward. Walk the arms out. And this side may be another story. And that is okay. That is very much a part of the human body. I think earlier in class I said my right side was tighter. Well, guess what? Not true. Left side is much tighter today. So it definitely changes from day to day. And when the mind wanders, directing it back to the breath.
And in the quiet, sometimes that is when the mind becomes the most loud. So acknowledging like everything I feel like I say in a yoga class, all like the nuggets of wisdom are things that I really struggle with. Like it's not easy to have a mindfulness practice. It's challenging to practice non-judgment and this investigative awareness. So giving yourself some credit for actually trying this on. And then walking the hands back towards center, lifting the chest. And we'll do gomukasana on the other side. With the strap or scarf, put it in the left hand, lift it up, you can wave it around. I don't know why I want to do that today. And then swoop the right arm behind and grab for the strap or scarf. And feeling the difference. For me, this is the tighter side. I have a lot more distance in between my hands, and that's okay. Somehow, somewhere along the line in our bodies, our one side had to be more dominant, and it served a purpose then. So embracing that and allowing it to be a part of our bodies. You can choose to stay lifted, or you can choose to fold again. Bringing the chest towards the knee. And maybe you need to pull back a little bit. Finding permanent depth on this side. Finding your edge. And vertebrae by vertebrae. Unfurl the spine, lift the chest, release the scarf down, and we'll do that gentle counter twist, or just twist. Right arm to the outside edge of your left thigh, twisting towards the left. Left hand can come behind like a little kickstand. The other day I had a stool near me when I twisted, and it was like the best twist ever. So you can experiment with like things around you, adding props when you want to add props. And then counter twist towards the other side. And then come back to neutral and unthread the legs. You can just do so manually. And I personally want to like bounce my legs out after that. Ooh, we got to do half pigeon on the other side. I'm so sorry. Okay, so half pigeon on the other side. Left shin is forward this time. Bring the right leg back. Finding a sense of neutrality in your hips. And then lowering the chest down, bringing the forearms down, and coming into half pigeon on this side. And really this is the last thing we'll be doing before shavasana. And I know at the end of class, that's when I start to plan. So trying to let go of planning. And I've been trying to take Neve's half-hour home flow on Tuesdays before I teach this class. And she talked today about how she's been waiting for the pandemic, waiting for like things to change, and how yoga is a practice of being present. And it does really help with that. Just as much as I plan, I also am waiting. So using this last few minutes of class here to be present. This is a practice, not a perfect. I know that's probably overused, but it's true. I'm relaxing in the jaw, relaxing the neck, the shoulders. Even when I think I'm relaxed, I realize there's still tension there. Wherever you hold habitual tension, release that stress. And then walk the hands back towards your hips. Tuck the back toes under, and you can release into three-legged dog. Ooh, maybe some cracks and pops. Maybe you want to do a scorpion dog, flip dog, whatever counter movement your body's craving. And then coming back down to the knees, letting the hips fall off to one side, and we'll meet laying on our backs. In Apanasana,
which is that cannonball shape. You can roll around on the flat part of your back. And we already twisted in gomukasana. So we got our twist in, and we're going to release into shavasana, final rest. Letting the limbs come down, release down, taking up as much space as you need. Coming into final rest. And for shavasana, connecting back to the intention of the beginning of class when we talked about earth, and knowing that the earth always is holding you, always is underground and is around you. And if there is any energy you want to let go, like the earth just takes that energy and transforms it, transmutes it, using it as an opportunity to really relax. And I'll let you know when it's time to come up and out of the practice. You can begin to invite gentle movement back into your body, bouncing, wiggling, micro movements, expanding and scrunching the face, and then bringing the arms above you like you would stretching in the morning, which by the way, I never do. I don't know why I say that. And then bringing the knees in towards your chest and rolling over onto the right or the left side, right for more active solar energy, left for more lunar receptive energy, using the bicep like a pillow. And arriving in this fetal position, generating gratitude for yourself for having this time, for doing this practice, and for honoring where you are in it. I always like to honor the lineage of this practice, which has its roots in India and in texts like the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali and the Bhagavad Gita. And I also like to honor the ancestors of this land and the people carrying those traditions forward. In Seattle, I occupy Seattle territory. I am messing this up today. That's okay. Honoring the Duwamish people, the coast, the unceded ancestral land of the Coast Salish, occupying this land by not calling it Duwamish or Coast Salish. And gently pressing yourself up to a seat. And from here, we usually meet with hands at heart center. I wanted to close class out with that mudra. So you can bring one hand onto the heart and maybe the opposite hand that you used on the other side. This bhumiparsha mudra, one hand connected to the earth. And in a lot of the images, he's like very like delicately gracing the earth with his fingertips. I feel like my hand planted on the earth is like what I want in this experience. Maybe you want a little gentler connection, one hand on the hearts. And knowing that this is a two-way street, just like this class, the energy can flow up or it can flow down. It can do both. There's a whole network of trees and mushrooms and an exchange of information that goes on in the earth. Finding that network, feeling connected to it, breathing into it. And then you can release the mudra and bow forward to honor your practice and all the qualities of self, both the dark and the luminous. Peace, and thank you so much for being here. I've been trying to make this class a 70-minute class and experimenting with structure and everything in the flow. So yeah, always open to feedback. If you want to unmute yourselves. Oops.